What's up, guys? How's it going? We're making a new build. We're making a weird one. We're making a strange little build. These dogs out of here. Get these dogs out of here. I hardly ever go into this area, so I kind of forget, like, what's even in here. But I need smithing stones. Give me them stones. A project for Chinese immigration to San Francisco. What, like, you're trying to help people immigrate? Or is this like a school thing? Oh, shoot. Oh, a school project. Well, that's kind of fun, you know. You can always just... I used to do that when I was in school. I'd, like, keep streams and stuff kind of on in the background while I was working on things. Okay, this guy has got to go. This man right here. I do have some things that I can throw at him that will hopefully blow him up to smithereens. Well, that kind of worked. Hey, there we go. Fat guy, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's sort of a wizard build. It's a, I'm messing around with Bloodflame Talon, because I want to try and true combo it into stuff, and what I'm really curious about is if Bloodflame Talon can true combo into, the Starline Sword, that katana in the DLC. So, this is a, like, it's like an intelligence arcane build, basically. Name is the Sanguine Magus. And it's, you know, we're actually going to pick up an item here in a second that has some lore to it, but... Come on, man. Go next to the barrels. Yeah, there it is. Where is he going? Get down from there, sir. Is he gonna drop down on top of me? Oh, he is. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay. I think it's safe to go down. So yeah, we just have the S-Stock from, like, the, you know, the standard kit that you get from the... Oh no. Man, those dogs are just... You know? You know? The Great Katanas... Oh, I love the Great Katanas, too. I have a level 200 build. Like a level 200 dex build that I've been using a Great Katana with. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, we're gonna use the Milady when we get it, but that's still kind of a ways away. So for now, this is just what we're rocking with. Oh, there are so many dogs in this tunnel. It is unreal. But right now we're just collecting smithing stones. We have some fun stuff that we're going to do in a second here. But we're going to try and stay at level 80. That was why this this build is kind of weird and maybe not, like, great. Is because I'm going to keep it at level 80 and potentially do, like, a run through... and potentially kind of do a run through the DLC and maybe... try and beat the game at level 80, because like I've been kicking around the idea of doing a like a level restricted run, and potentially at some point doing like a rune level 1 run through the whole game, but that would be far in the future and potentially a thing that I do when I hit like a certain subscriber count, as like a little, you know, we just do a crazy all day stream where I try and beat the game at level 1. But I don't know. I've never done anything like that before. But to make this work on a level 80 build, you have to use all sorts of like crazy stuff. We have to use 3 different stat boosting talismans, and I guess 4 if you really count it. Like we're using prosthesis wearer, we're using 2 fingers, we're using the Radagon icon, and what else? We're going to use the intelligence boosting one too. And then that's not even enough to get us the stats that we need at level 80. And so we also have to get a new headpiece, which is kind of a cool little like lore thing. So we'll talk about that when we get it, but it raises arcane, and then we'll be able to actually use all the spells and stuff that we want. I forget what this boss is, but let's just send it and see what happens. Oh god, it's this guy. Troll in the dungeon. Come on, fall down. Oh my gosh, I always forget about that last move. At least he's like kind of weak to magic, it seems like. There it is, finally. God. Alright, we did it. We got a weapon that I will never use. But I think that's enough to level up. We're close. I'm trying to go for level 80 plus 17 regular weapons and plus 7 somber weapons. Trying to do another one of the DLC. Tired of the base game in Elden Ring. I hear ya. It's I mean, like I like making builds, but even the past couple of days just trying to get this one set up because there's like just so much random stuff I got to run around and do. It's like, all right, at what point am I gonna feel like I have enough builds? I don't know if I'll ever actually hit that spot. But yeah, the stats are going to be weird here. Let's see, what do we need? I think honestly, dexterity is the big one, because we need 35 dex. So that's going to take up kind of the majority of these stat points up until level 80. Okay, we need to do Ronnie's quest line to get the Stargazer Talisman and to get the headpiece that we're thinking of. So let's go start that real quick. We've already beaten Radon, so that's good. Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of running around tonight, but it's like, you know, it's chill. It's a chill stream. We might not get to any invasions tonight, but I think we're gonna get close. Because yeah, once we have 35 dexterity with the prosthesis wearer's talisman, and Radigan's icon will get us to 70 virtual dex, which gives us max casting speed. And there's all sorts of fun stuff you can do with max casting speed, especially with the like the carrion sorceries. So the kind of like the idea behind this guy is that when you're playing this game, you meet a couple of different characters who are called perceptors. Really, there's two main ones. There's Perceptor Celavus and there's Perceptor Miriam. And they're both in the base game, but you learn a little bit more about Perceptor Miriam in the DLC through, like, a spell that you get. But their whole deal is that they were part of the Carrion Society, basically. Because one of them works for Ronnie here, even though he's, like, a dirty traitor. But they also were associated with... They sort of came about around the same time as Radigan married Renala. Because this item that we're going to get, this like Perceptor's Mask, says that they were sworn by Radigan to secrecy, and it raises arcane. And so it makes me think that Radigan was up to something with these guys, and they're not just like, you know, Caria is all about like the moon and intelligence and magic. But this mask raises your arcane stat, and so they were doing something. They were being a little shady.
Thou must have, though I haven't. No reason intriguing.
No particular reason, just wanted to stop by. I was in the neighborhood, and I figured, you know, I might as well. Okay, now I gotta go talk to a bunch of people. Because I think, I forget when you get the, I think you get the Carrion inverted statue after you run through Nokron. So that's what we're going to do next. When does the shattering happen in relation to the game's events? I think George R.R. Martin said that the like lore Bible that he wrote for the game, he wrote a bunch of events that took place about 5,000 years before the game happens. And so I think that
I don't know what since I asked.
all right, Celibus.
I come and pay should if it were up to but
Come and pay me a visit in my tower. So I think that the Shattering War was about 5,000 years ago. So all these people have just been wandering around and hanging out and vibing for, you know, 5 millennia until we got here. Which would explain why everything is so, like, you know, crumbled and old and nasty. Alright, now we can go to Nokron. Do I have enough to upgrade my weapon, though? I'm at... Let's see. I have 8 Smithing Stone 5s. And this is at plus 12. Okay. We're getting there. Once we get the Stargazer Talisman, we can actually use the staff that I want to use. We're using the Carrion Glint Blade staff. because it boosts the sword sorceries. I know, yeah, I was surprised too when I learned that, but I mean, I guess it makes sense kind of within the scope of the game. But I think it's probably not like a hard and fast number of like it was exactly 5,000 years ago that this all happened. It's probably meant more to convey like all this stuff happened so long ago that basically the whole world has just been in stasis for what feels like an eternity. Because the Shattering War was it was a stalemate, you know, like there was no clear winner, and everybody sort of got a piece of the Elden Ring, but nobody was really able to sort of claim like that they were the winner of the war, because they were all basically like too evenly matched, like all the demigods except for like Godric, you know, who was sort of famously a weak guy, you know. He's not Sigma, he's not a Chad, he's not sending his best, but everybody else, you know, like they couldn't, no one really had like an advantage over each other. And so the two fingers basically said, like, kind of threw up their hands, no pun intended, threw up their fingers, and they were like, okay, like, send the Tarnished back, you know? These weird little guys will surely be able to break the stalemate in some way. It is kind of like a Hail Mary thing, a little bit, because I think that what the two fingers wanted more than anything else was, like, just a return of some sort of order, and it didn't really matter that much to them, like, who was Elden Lord, as long as somebody was, so that you didn't have this situation where, you know, everything was fractured and there wasn't any sort of clear hierarchy. Because they're, like, kind of an interesting thing about this game is that there's like this worship of hierarchy and structure and order, but just like the pure forms of those things, and not necessarily any one person embodying it. Because the greater will just wants like order and structure. It doesn't, that's kind of what it wants for the world. It wants people to, it just wants there to be some sort of like form to things, rather than what came before it, which was when everything was sort of unified. Because Hayeta has that line about, like, you know, before, like at the beginning of everything there was like the one great, and it was like everything was just kind of one thing and melded together. And then there were like births and divisions and separations and distinction and kind of all the things that make the world the way it is, you know? And that's what the greater will wants. And any kind of threat to that, it's like, all right, let's take care of this by just having someone or something in charge. Time to just fight myself in a loincloth. I think that the George R.R. Martin thing that I saw was more referencing like the events of the Shattering. So like the Night of the Black Knives, Marika shattering the Elden Ring, the War of the Demigods, all of that stuff was about 5,000 years ago. But the actual like history of the world goes back way farther than that. And we kind of learn in the DLC too that the Two Fingers like aren't necessarily like they're this weird sort of alien presence, and they haven't been here since the beginning. Like they kind of say they have. They're not as old as they claim to be. That was sort of one of the big revelations of the DLC, was that there we go. One of the big revelations of the DLC was that, yeah, they're not as old as they claim to be. And so the greater will kind of just stopped communicating with the Two Fingers a while ago, and like didn't want them to be their emissaries anymore, but they kept pretending like they were in contact with it. Alright, time to put my clothes back on. It's always so sad when I have to do that. Yeah, definitely, Nyx. I think that there's a lot of very interesting Gnostic ideas in Elden Ring. Specifically, like that line that Hyetta has about how, you know, it used to be like everything used to be unified, and then there were like divisions. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm thinking about making more lore stuff. Those videos tend to take a little bit longer than like the invasion ones. The invasion ones I can just kind of make as I go and throw some silly commentary on them, and people tend to respond pretty well. The lore ones I try to do a little bit more intensive, like actual research and stuff. But was that we're getting a free expansion to Shadow of the Erdtree? As if Shadow of the Erdtree wasn't big enough. As if Elden Ring is not currently big enough, it needs to be bigger. That would be crazy if they did that. But I mean, From Software has done crazy stuff before when it comes to just like the scope of their projects and the kind of stuff that they give away for free. I'm just kind of more interested in like what they're doing next, you know? There's got to be something. They're cooking something right now that is going to blow our minds. It's like they're making something currently, I know they are, that nobody is expecting, and that's going to make us all feel very silly when it's revealed that our predictions were way off base for what it was. Because I think they're definitely working on a new Armored Core game. Like they've got to be, because Armored Core 6 was really well received. And so they've got to be doing something along those lines. But I actually think that the next thing that we're going to get from them is going to be very unexpected. And I think we're going to get something smaller, definitely, than Elden Ring. This is sort of like personally, I think Elden Ring is too big. And that's not like a knock against the game, you know, and that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just that it's for one playthrough, it's, you know, one of the greatest games of all time. But then when you have to go back through it, you're like, oh, this thing is huge, and it's kind of like unwieldy. My honest, like, my hope for what they're doing next, what I would really love to see, is a spiritual successor to Sekiro. Like, it doesn't have to be Sekiro 2, you know, like that game I think wraps itself up really nicely, and it doesn't need a sequel. But I would love to see another, like, sort of historical, like, still fantasy, because Sekiro was still like a fantasy game basically, but that historical setting was really cool. I would love to see them do that again, like make another game like set in actual, like it looks like historical, but there's fantastical elements to it, and there's sort of real world places, and kind of revisiting the more like character action sort of game that they were doing. with Sekiro and kind of scale back like the RPG elements, that to me would be like, you know, if I saw they were doing that, it's, you know, automatic pre-order as soon as possible. Take all my money. Because I like what they're doing with Elden Ring, you know, like in terms of fantasy storytelling. But I don't know, switch it up a little bit, you know? There was all those rumors, and they're not true, but all the rumors about Spellbound were really interesting. It was, like, in case you never saw it, it was basically like a bunch of people on like Reddit and other places were like leaking quote unquote information about the next FromSoft game, and it was a game called Spellbound, and it was all magic based, so there were no melee weapons, but you would equip spells and you could use them like weapons. And so there wasn't any, like, you weren't using like FP or anything like that. So it honestly sounded a little bit like Bloodborne, and it was sort of going back to that like more, you know, 18th century Gothic architecture, Bloodborne kind of thing, but like with magic. And it was going to be like semi-open world, but with a really big central dungeon where most of the game took place. But it's not true, but I could see something like that being next.
Not blood.
Okay,
Even in my, it is in
give me the
very
statue.
fun. Soon must I.
Thank you.
My thanks. A strange. I am certain I must thank. You may leave. It was but.
All right, you're welcome, Ronnie. So now we need to go to the study hall. We got to flip it upside down. But I actually have to find out where I get that Perceptor mask. Elden Ring. The Mask of Confidence is what it's called. Okay. Found on a corpse laying on the walls of the secret area of the Carrion Study Hall. Unlocked using the Carrion inverted statue. Okay. We're gonna try and figure it out. I always just run through this place because, like, I don't want to fight Perceptor Miriam, and he's kind of annoying, but... Whoop. And there's all the creepy on the fingers. Alright, there we go. There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Hate this guy so much. Not a fan. Damn. Okay. Alright, okay. Run it back. I always forget how tanky this guy is. Oh. I should probably equip, you know, things. Right, would have died then. Well, you know what? You're probably right. We're gonna get my runes back. I don't think he sees... Oh no, he sees me. He sees me big time. Okay. Doesn't help that you get stuck on these things, too. Oh god. Oh Lord in heaven. This is bad. Jesus. Okay. Alright. Chat, it's bad. It's terminal. I'm not gonna bother with him. We're just gonna run past him. I need to find the secret area of the inverted study hall, which is somewhere around here. It's Jover. It is. Just let me get my runes. Okay. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. Can I make it? Sort of. Okay. I don't know where I am. What am I getting from the tower? We need the Stargazer heirloom that's at the top to boost our intelligence up to 27. And then we also need... Oh, there's something in there. Maybe. Then we also need the Perceptor's Mask, or the Mask of Confidence that we get from here. But I don't know where it is, because I've never found it before. But the mask raises our arcane by 3. And we also need that so that we can cast our spells. Where is this secret area? Because we just kind of came through here. I'm just going to take a minute to look around here. Because I've never found this item before. And I've never really explored this area, like, a lot. I feel like it can't be back there. I mean, maybe it's, like, down on here. Is it back at the start? Oh... It might be. Okay. So then let's just go up to the top and we'll grab the heirloom and then we'll go back. Thank you, chat. 400 hours in this game and I still get lost. But you know what? That's the infomercial guarantee. Alright, here we go. Yay. So, like, one playthrough. My first... Yeah, literally my first playthrough of this game, without the DLC, like, on release, was about 100 hours. It was crazy. And then I just kept making builds, and I never stopped. And 3 years later, we're still making builds. Oh, I need 100 more. This should work. Alright, more decks. We need more decks. Beautiful. Only 20 to go. 800 hours last night. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's... You can just keep playing it forever. For as long as you want to, you know? Like, it really is, I think, kind of my... This would probably be like my desert island game. You know? Either this or, I play RuneScape. Old school RuneScape. That's another one that's like, I don't know how many hundreds of hours I've put into it, but it's just such a huge game that takes so long to do, especially if you're playing as like an Iron Man. So either this or old school, because you can also basically play it single player. I'd grab that if I had to just pick one game to play for the rest of my life. But Elden Ring is it's just massive, you know? And it's much more like going back to Dark Souls afterwards, Dark Souls 3. Elden Ring feels like a lot more of a sandbox, you know? Like there's a whole lot more freedom just in how you make your builds. Like with this build here, it's, you know, this is probably like 4 hours into making it or something like that. Like not a whole lot of time, but a little bit. And I've barely done any of like the main content of the game. Like I beat 2 shard bearers, like I beat Godric and Radahn. And that's pretty much it. Whereas with something like Dark Souls 3, it's a lot more linear, and like if you want to make a low level invader, you really have to commit to alright, there we go. Stargazer heirloom secured. You really have to commit to a playthrough where like you're not leveling up. But this one you have like a lot more control over kind of when you level up and where you get your runes and resources from and stuff like that. Okay, so chat, you said it was like in here? Like at the beginning? Back here? Is it back here? After the elevator. It's on the other end of the bridge. On the side you entered on. Okay. Okay, so do I go... Like, what direction do I go from here? The mask is near the Perceptor. Go left. And then do I like drop down into there? Whoa. Drop and go left. Aha! There it is. Alright. Thank you, chat. Alright, we're jumping. Pedro, welcome to the stream. Thanks for checking out the Shadow of the Erdtree review. Yeah, that was a fun one for me to do. I like doing more scripted stuff too, and I have a couple of projects cooking for you guys that I think you're going to enjoy that involve like an actual script rather than me just kind of going off the dome. But check it out. Here it is. Boom! Look at that. That looks so good with the leather set. That's so cool. Yeah. The leather set is actually, if you're looking for a good light armor set, leather set's incredible. Really, really good, like, damage negation for how light it is. Oh, yeah, this is just a cool looking character. And we're going to be using sorcery and blood incantations. Like, come on. Look at this guy. Okay, what do we need to do next? I have a list of things. And my list is... Okay, so we have the +3 arcane. Oh, thank you, fat guy. That's very kind to say. I try to, you know, I try to make them fun. I try to make videos that, like, I would want to watch, you know? And that seems to be working. When does the invading begin? Cyan, thanks for joining. We might not be invading on this stream because we are trying to get this character set up. So I guess the next thing I really have to do is go Sewers Moog. Beat Sewer Moog to get Blood Flame Talons. And beat Goldfree, so we can get our last talisman pouch. So yeah, I mean, let's do it. We're gonna have to. We gotta beat the Draconic Tree Sentinel, which will be interesting. But that's a fun fight, and he's weak to magic too, so we can always just like magic infuse our sword and just hit him with a bunch of projectiles, and it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, but I think we also might be able to upgrade our weapon, which would be good. It would be nice to have +17 before we have to fight Sewer Moog. Godfrey's a chump, he's super easy, he's weak to magic. Sewer Moog can be a little tough. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so we can actually do a couple of upgrades here, but we need some runes. I don't really have a lot. Can I sell you anything? The 100 hours less makes you seem like less of a nerd. Oh, yeah. Because if somebody puts 1,000 hours into a game, they're you know, they're unsavable. They're already too deep. But if they just put 900 in, it's fine. 2.1k. Let's go. You should be the one streaming, man, not me. What am I doing here? Wait, let's sell that and that. And I don't know. We'll sell these two. And these. Okay, is 3,000 enough? Should be. For 2 upgrades? Yeah. Okay, we're at +14. Let's go give Tree Sentinel a try. Oh, I forgot too. In my flask, I also have like magic damage up and fire damage up, so that should help us with Tree Sentinel too. We just got to get there. That is the one thing that's kind of tough about making new builds in Elden Ring, is that there's just so much travel required. And I'm kind of at the point now where I've got sort of my my routines and my habits about how I make a character, but I can never really play the game in the same way that I first did, you know? Like, just to sort of experience it and wander around and fight enemies and just kind of do stuff because it looked interesting or cool. Because now it's like, well, I got a checklist, and we got to do the checklist. And then after the checklist is done, we can get to the fun stuff, which is doing invasions. And I feel kind of less like that about the DLC, because it's still pretty fresh, and I think trying to beat the DLC with like a level 80 character would be kind of fun. Jesus. Man. That's rude. Anyways, as I was saying, but yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes just making the builds just feels like a lot of work. But then once the build is made and you can actually, like, do PvP and invasions with it, it's super fun. Okay. Let's try Draconic Tree Sentinel. Huh? Oh, I forgot to put this right there. Okay. There we go. Okay, damage is good. Damage is not bad. And I do like fighting the tree sentinels. They're fun. Because if you time it right, you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. Oh! Unlike that. Don't get hit by lightning. Don't get hit by the lightning. I said don't get hit by the lightning. Or the fireball, Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. We'll try it again. Favorite armor from the DLC? Ansbach's armor is super cool. It just sucks that you have to do the entire game and do his whole quest line before you can get it. Alright. We've got it dialed in. Oh my god. It's just... Oh, the flask punishes are everywhere with this guy, aren't they? Okay. Jesus. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening with this one. We just have to be smart with our heals. Oh, I got greedy. I got greedy. Okay. We can get him this time. I just gotta be patient. We're just gonna poke at him. Okay. There we go. There we go. We're getting the staggers. Oh, that was rough. Ooh, okay. Getting sloppy. Just gotta stay close to him. Ooh, not that close. Oh, shoot, we're out of healing. Okay, we can do this. We just gotta lock in. No! No! Literally as soon as I say that. Shit. Alright, we're close. Just gotta lock in, immediately die. Let's also use this, though. Magic Glint Blade is low-key pretty good. Is he throwing? Is he throwing it again? He's doing it again? Yeah, this is not it. This is not the one. Oh no. God. Every time. Just kill me. There it is. That was a practice run. That wasn't a real one. This is the real one. We're gonna get it this time. No funny business with the glint blades. It's just me and my sword. Here we go. What was that whiff? Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, wow. Alright, I think it might be time to use Torrent. I don't like using Torrent for this guy, but like, just sort of running around and poking him might be actually the best strategy here. Alright. Come on out here. See, it's just so much faster with Torrent. Oh, shoot. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. We can take a fireball to the face. No! No! Oh god. Alright, I hate to do this. I hate to do this. But we gotta. We're calling in the big guns. Let's do this. We're gonna use everybody. We're all getting in here. Alright, here we go. This should hopefully go a little bit smoother. Ooh. Alright, we're just gonna hit him with a million glint blades. Oh, God. Okay. Just you and me, Tregoff. Let's go. Yeah, more like Tragoat. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, God! Oh, I should have dismounted. That stuff tracks like crazy. Oh my God. Keep to his left side? Yeah, we could try that. God, I did not think this guy was going to be this much of a roadblock. Alright. Oh, God. Okay. Alright. We're just gonna get him into a corner, and we're gonna go nuts. We can still do, like, heavy attacks, and we've got Piercing Thrust on here, which is pretty good at doing poise damage. Just walk right. Oh, come on. Don't walk into the AoE infomercial. Alright, here we go. 70th time's the charm. Alright, second phase. We got him to second phase. But, like, anything in second phase can kill me. Gotta watch out for that one. That's the killer right there. Okay. There he is. There it is. First try. First try, chat. Look at that. First try. God, that was brutal. And now it's going to be on the internet forever. But you know what? We did it. We made it. We are exactly where we need to be. So yeah, maybe a rune level 1 run would be quite painful, if that's what we're looking at here. But we can level up a couple of times, and we're just going to keep putting it into decks. Okay, so Godfrey and Talisman Pouch is really kind of the next thing that we need. And then like a plus 17 weapon, and then down into the sewers to fight Moog. And then after that, ooh, oh, never mind. And then after that, we'll probably be at a spot where we can actually start invading, because we'll have, you know, the stuff that we actually need. Like we're gonna scrub through the stream to watch that again. Not that anybody would like want to watch it again, but just that like it is there as proof of you know, me getting the most scuffed Draconic Tree Sentinel kill of all time. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of try and speed run to gold free. You know, like there's not much in Lane-Del that we really need, and so we're just gonna keep it moving. We're just gonna keep it schmovin'. I remember when I first realized you could just jump off the roof here and skip like 90% of Lane-Del. Just amazing level design. And that's kind of what I mean about like Elden Ring being so much more free and open than like any other FromSoft game. And it has its, you know, its pluses and minuses. There's drawbacks to that kind of design as well. But like, it is kind of nice that if you don't want to do all of Lane-Del, you don't have to. Not going to farm on the high page set for the next 3 hours? Nope, unfortunately not. I am going to try and kill this Erd Tree Avatar, though. Because he gives you a Lord's Rune, I think. He's just going to do the same move over and over again, I think. But hey, that works for me. Good old Blood Flame Blade. These guys can't bleed, but they are bad with fire. Alright, now comes the fun part of fighting this guy here. Just gotta get one more stance break on him. There it is. See, there are some enemies in this game that I am good at fighting. I love fighting those, the Erd Tree avatars. Those are just like, I mean, you can pretty easily like no-hit fight them, but just getting their movesets down and the timing is just really satisfying. There's like a really fun rhythm to fighting them, and I definitely appreciate it. Like, they're not the hardest thing in the world, but they're very satisfying to fight, you know? Okay, let's use this Lord's Rune. Get ourselves a nice 50k. You know, the exact same payoff that we get for fighting the Draconic Tree Sentinel, but that one only took us 5 minutes instead of 30 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, it took 30 seconds. Alright, more decks. More decks. And if you need practice, you can just play the first minute of Dark Souls 1 over and over. Yep. Same moveset. Okay. Oh. What is this? Someone wants to duel. I'll do that. I'll duel somebody. Oh. Unable to summon adversary. Okay. There's also a hero's rune back there, but I don't... We're just gonna run to Godfrey. We're just gonna do the old Godfrey run. Oh my god. This gauntlet is nasty. There we go. Alright, then once we get past here, we're golden. We're good to go. Give me your spear. Alright, I guess not. Ooh, Golden Rune 11. Okay. Alright, here we go. Gotta make sure we got that set up. How many of these seeds do I have? I have 3. Okay. I'll grab that other one on the way back. All right, I'm feeling a good Godfrey fight. This is one of my favorite bosses in the game, Goldfrey over here. I like it even better than the real version of Godfrey that you fight like at the end of the game. It's just so good. It's just such a good fight. So let's do it. Here we go. Alright, come on. Stagger, there we go. That's what we like to see. There it is. See, chat, I am good at some of these. I am good at some of these bosses. I'm good at some of them. Not all of them, but I'm good at some of them. A select few of them. Alright, and this is the point in the game where they just start handing runes to you on a silver platter, which is very nice. Alright, we're at 24 decks. We're almost there. Something doesn't feel right about this. Okay, wait. In 11 levels, I will have... Oh, wait. Yeah. Because it's 35 decks and then I need 17 arcane. Okay. Well, no, but wait. I already have 17 arcane because of the mask. Hold on. I'm confused about my own build, chat. What are we looking at here? Level 80. We need 16 mind, so we need 3 more points into mind. Technically, yeah, 11 more. So 11 plus 3 is 14. And then we need 1 more into strength. Okay, no, that makes sense. Alright, never mind. I was just confusing myself. Okay. Trying to think about what we need to do next. Let's go ahead and use this because we can level up again, probably. Runes held, runes needed. We need 2k more. Well, I know where to get 2k runes. If you ever have, like, a random odd, like, oh, I need 3,000 runes, but I don't have any, like, runes to pop in my inventory, you just come here. These guys drop, like, 1,100, I think. And they're pretty easy. Yeah, almost 1,100. Alright, let's just kill a couple of these guys. And then we'll be on our way. Okay. I have 253. I need 251. Alright, we're good. Closer and closer to that sweet, sweet max cast speed. Okay, we have 4 slots. Here's what we're going to do. Radigans for the cast speed. We're doing Prosthesis Wearer for the dex. Because that raises it by 5, right? 30, 25, yeah. Stargazer for the intelligence. Now we have 27 intelligence. And 2 Fingers Heirloom for the faith. This is such a weird build, and like, I wouldn't recommend that anybody ever make a build this way, but you know, it's gonna be fun for PvP. Let's go kill this while we're on a Erdtree avatar killing spree. Let's just go get the Erdtree avatar that's over here. Because I think this one drops like 80,000 runes or something. And it's just the same thing. He's like a rotten Erdtree avatar. So we gotta watch out for the Scarlet Rot, but he's pretty easy, other than that. And with that 80k, I think we're actually gonna upgrade our staff as much as we can, because now, with that new talisman, we can use that staff. I think that Godfrey exists to make you think Godfrey's dead. That could be it. I was sort of, yeah, like, a little confused when I fought him the first time, like in my very first playthrough. Because I was like, oh, this is the guy, you know? Like, this is the dude that everybody has been hyping up. And he's just like a ghost or something. But yeah, it's a little bit of misdirection. Oh, did you see that read? I knew I was going to break his poise. Sekiro who? Shadows die twice who? We don't need a poise break meter. You can just, it's called your intuition. It's called intuiting it. I hate that you basically, like, lock this guy into a loop, though, if you, like, actually fight him decently, where he just does his jumping attack. Pew 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 pew! Run away! Alright, redo the thing. And we're back. And look, he just keeps jumping. He just loves, this boy just loves jumping. And he loves doing this move too. See, look, he's just jumping. And he never stops. He jumps, we do a charged R2. And that's the way the world turns. And sometimes, you know, you mix it up with a little, Ash of War. But that's it. That's all you gotta do for these guys. He'll just keep doing it, too. Pew pew. Oh my god. He hit us with the double pew. There we go. There it is. The photo finish. Look at that. Love fighting these guys. Alright, let's go upgrade our staff. Because we don't want to use this trash staff anymore, this +3 garbage. We want the cool staff. We want the cool staff that all the cool kids are using.
Don't pay me anymore. Just lay out your own.
We want to upgrade. Where is it? Ah. This one. The Carria Glintstone Staff. Boosts Carrion Sword Sorcery. Okay, so we need to go buy some smithing stones. But yeah, that guy gives you 90,000 runes for how easy of a boss fight is. Like, if you get the movement down, you could get him and Grail, like, at the very beginning if you wanted to. And you'd get a nice fat stack of runes for your trouble. Okay. I need 12 of these. 12 of these. And 5 of these. 12 of these. We'll see where that gets us. Oh, and we still might have some runes left over to just level up a little bit. We can at least get the staff to like plus 10, I think.
Already, no matter.
Alright. Ooh, we can get it to plus 13. Okay, that's good. So now we can have an actual good staff. Look at this. Much, much better sorcery scaling. Just better scaling in general. And it looks cooler. It looks way neater. Eventually I'm going to have the staff in my right hand and the sacred seal in my left hand so that I can just do like casting. But for right now we're sticking with the sword. Alright. More decks. We're almost here. We're almost at the end of the decks road. Alright, chat, and that is where I'm going to call it for the night. Thank you for checking it out. I'll probably have a video about this guy out like next week, early-ish next week, because I think it's going to be fun to do invasions with him. So keep your eyes peeled. See you later.